Hey, Shalom, Mark, Mr. Rakam, Kapashim, Jimmy Islam, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakwadash. I want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful elect, pushing his truth and all sincerity. Back again with another video. I'm going to entitle this one Esau, the Insidious Shepherd, right? Because in this world, people follow Esau and the things that he says, and basically what man is doing is leading you into a snare, right? And I might actually just open up with that, right? Privily. Right, Psalm 64 and verse 5 says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, right? So we got these devils in rulership, these Edomites, these so-called white people, right? Leading the world into what they call a new world order, right? And they're re-establishing their control and dominance over the people on the earth, man, with the new system. Yeah, that's why everything's going digital, and that's why you're gonna end up taking the MOTB, man. You're gonna be put in a a digital electronical prison, man, so to speak. Okay, and that's what they got planned for you, man. But this world is of a mindset where nothing bad's is being plotted, because that's all conspiracy, and you know that everyone's just over, people that believe that are just overreacting. Okay, there's nothing crazy going on. This is just, they're trying to help, right? But before I get on, I want to bring this up, right? Because I said insidious, right? And the meaning of insidious, right, is having a gradual and cumulative effect, right? Everything's done incrementally, you know, and it's not necessarily noticeable. And this is what I mean. Your whole prison, this, as Alex Jones would put it, prison planet, right? This whole prison that Esau is setting up for you, man, is being done gradually, right? In bits and pieces everywhere across the world, right? He's setting up this system, so it's not necessarily noticeable, and that's why the most people are blind. They don't figure it out. They don't understand, you know. But it's cumulative, right? Everything is it. As we bring out these different articles that are going on in the earth, man, they're not separate things. They're all part of a bigger thing, a bigger picture, and they want to come together and create this new system. All right. It says having a gradual and cumulative effect. Subtle. Esau, the most subtle beast in the field, right? Okay, the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. That's Esau, right? Esau's known to be as a cunning hunter, right? So he lays snares, lays these traps out here, and people just fall for them over and over again, having all these test runs with different situations, pandemics and fuel shortages, and energy shortages and food shortage. All these things are being run, right? And it's all gonna have a cumulative effect on the people, and this is why things are getting worse, right? Because he's getting ready to pounce and have you take the MOTB, man, which we'll get into in a little while, right? It says the insidious pressures of modern life, or of a disease, developing so gradually as to be well established before becoming apparent. Well established before becoming apparent. Like, this is just normal now. Oh yeah, this is just the status quo now. Things are just normal. The whole pandemic came in, and the way we're doing things now is just normal now. So when the next one comes, we're just gonna act like we did last time. That's normal. That's happened before. Precedence has been set already. So we're gonna act in a similar fashion. That's what this is all about. You're gonna go you're gonna go get your V jumps and all this kind of stuff, and because that's what's expected of you, man. That's what the government's gonna tell you. That's what's expected of you. So you're just gonna do it, right? You know, Everything's been established as normal, but it's done at a slow space, so you don't really notice the big jump. right? You always perceive it as normal. This is how it's always kind of been. It's always kind of been like this, but it hasn't. All right, it says developing so gradually as to be well established before becoming apparent, awaiting a chance to entrap. Okay, that's what Esau doing, man. Treacherous, harmful, but enticing. Enticing with smooth words, right? Smooth words, right? And I got that here. Where'd I put that? Psalms 55 verse 21. It says there, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. Okay, Esau got plans, man. Okay, Esau not innocent like you think he is, man. These world leaders, these elites, man, they're not here to help people. Okay, it is insidious in nature, purely by definition what these men are doing. Right, but these are our leaders. These are the people that the world trusts, or supposedly trusts. You know, because not everybody trusts them, of course, but you know, these who we look to for guidance when shit hits the fan. You know, they're the guys we're seeking to listen to know what's up, to know what to do in times of trouble. Okay, but these guys are leading you into a trap. Right, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Okay, he's waging war, waging siege against the people. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Right, so yeah, enticing. And when he brings out this MOTB in full force, it's gonna be enticing, man. It's gonna have all the perks that you would want at that moment in time, because things are gonna be really bad. Right, so if he's offering you the opportunity to get food and water, medication, access to certain places or whatever, that's going to sound good, because the other option is you don't get none of that. Right, and he said, oh, it's just a little scratch, like they tell you when when you used to get if you got any type of jabs or nothing like that, you used to tell her, oh, it just be a little scratch, it's going to feel a little scratch. And that's what it's gonna take, and you're gonna weigh that up. A little scratch, this thing in my hand, or starving and thirsty and whatever, man. Family need to eat. You're gonna weigh these things up in the balance, and the majority of these people, man, are gonna be like, fuck it, man, just see hit me, man. You're gonna go queue up and get your thing done, you know. But that's the pressure he's putting on. Esau's putting on that pressure. You think all these things that are happening in the world is coincidence? No, they're not a coincidence, man. It's a plan. It's been planned, right? And you can cause conspiracy theories and all that stuff if you want to do that, man. But guess what? Where it's leading is the exact place that we're telling you is going to lead to, right? Whether you can see it or not, man. I'm planning out 15-minute cities, man. I'm trying to get rid of your cars, Just look at this. Have I got this up? Yeah, okay, I've got this up. Look at this, man. This carbon neutral. Can I zoom this up? This carbon neutral shit, man. I might do a separate video on this at some other point. But because of this whole green agenda that they're pushing right now, they're accelerating this shit, right? The man ain't gonna have no airports. Well, yeah. You're gonna close airports down. No, you can't fly nowhere. They want to get rid of your cars. I'm not gonna go through all this now, but if you can see, if you can see this all, you can never pause the video and look at it. But yeah, like they're bro, your freedoms, your liberties, man. They're looking to take those, bro. And if you think for a second that this applies to the wealthy, you are having a laugh, mate. Okay, you're more crazy than some of these conspiracy theories out there, right? You're having a laugh. These are for the people. The people are going to be subject to this, man, and the elites, they're going to be flying their private jet still. They be driving their Rolls Royce and whatever, man. You ain't gonna be doing shit. You're gonna be stuck in a 15-minute city, walking and cycling everywhere, bro, or train or bus, whatever, man. Something carbon neutral. That's what you're gonna be dealing with, eating bugs and shit. That's for you, right? These elites, man, they're gonna still be eating their fucking Wagyu beef and shit. They're still gonna be doing all of that because they offset the carbon footprint or whatever fucking Mr. Gates said. So he can do that. He's allowed to do it because he offsets the carbon footprint by all the investment that he makes because he's rich. Whatever, man. Fuck off. Anyway, back to the lesson topic at hand, right? Um, so yeah, Insidious, man, and Esau is that insidious shepherd upon the earth. Okay, he is leading the sheeple them, okay, the people of the world into this trap, into this snare. You think you thought he's leading you to safety because that's what a shepherd's supposed to do, right? He lead the sheep back into the pen. The pen is penned up, locked up, and the sheep are safe, all collected, right? But no, Esau leading you into a trap. That's what Esau leading you, because he ain't really a shepherd. He a wolf, right? So now that's out of the way. Let's get the scriptures, man, and we'll start with Let's start here. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, right? So it says here, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant of his methods, his plans, of what he's aiming to do. When you understand the devil, you understand Esau and his agenda, his motives, all this makes a lot of sense. It's when you don't understand these things, you just think like, oh, how could anyone be doing it? Who could be so maniacal and evil? Like, no, Esau can, right? Esau got a serious vendetta against the Most High for not choosing him to be the chosen people. He's got a vendetta against the Israelites for being the chosen in his place, just considering he was the firstborn, right? And naturally would have got the higher blessing. He's just got a vendetta. He's hateful. He's hateful in his heart. Okay, he wants to undo everything the Most High has done. He wants to establish himself as God over the earth, universe, and whatever he can conjure up in his mind. All right, he wants to be God. He wants to do things his own way, but that his own way only leads to death. His ways leads to death, and he's leading the people of the world in the same direction to death. That's where he's leading them. He's the son of perdition. Okay, so we're not ignorant of his devices. Okay, Satan means adversary. The so-called white man is the adversary of everybody, but none more so than to the Israelites. Okay, but Esau is an enemy of life in general. He is anti-life. Okay, so he's everybody's adversary, really. All right, but he's getting an advantage over these regular people of the earth, man, because they don't understand this truth. The Lord hasn't given the understanding to see and to hear, to believe. When we talk about these things, like, this just sounds preposterous to a lot of people because it just sounds so crazy. And if it wasn't for these scriptures, yeah, it probably would sound crazy. But the fact that these scriptures speak about these things and prophesy about these things, and we're watching it happen in real time, we're watching it in real time now. It's for us, there's the proof is all there for us. So we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, right? 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 14 says, and no marvel, for Satan himself, the adversary himself, the so-called white man, himself is transformed into an angel of light. Right? He appears to be the good guy in this story. He appears like he's trying to do good to the earth. Like, he cares about global climate change and global warming or whatever. And he's trying to do the best for mankind to survive. So he's going to restrict all your liberties and all that kind of business. But these elites now that are orchestrating these things, they ain't gonna suffer one little bit. They're gonna live the life they've always lived, man, but even better so, because they're gonna drain all the resources from the earth, and you ain't gonna have none of them, courtesy of the WEF. All right, so it appears that he cares and that he's for the people. You people got to suffer, but it's for the good of the planet, good for the next generations, and blah 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 blah. Right? So it appears that he's an angel of light. Right? So verse 15 says, therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. Right? So really their works, really their agenda is evil, is wicked. Okay, but like I said, it's no marvel for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Satan in this world looks like he's the guy. He's the guy that we should be following. He's the light bearer. Right? He's the one that knows where we need to go and how to get there. He's the one we should be following. That's what the so-called white man has portrayed himself to be on the earth. No, beginning with America, right? So we're supposed to be able to trust in him and where he's leading us, man. Even through dark times and troubled times, he's the one we go uh, uh, to navigate through it. That's the guy we follow. That's how he's put himself up in the world, man. And the majority of the world believes that, even if they don't always like him and what he does and says and whatever, they ultimately believe that if there's a problem, this is the guy we need to go see. This is the guy we need to listen to, right? So he's been set up as the world shepherd. Well, America put themselves as world police, right? Righteous police, right? Even though they're the most fucking hypocritical nation on the fucking planet, but they're the world police. They're the beacon of righteousness and justice and the earth and democracy and blah blah. They put themselves in that position, and people believe that. All right, but we're not deceived by Satan's devices. So this is why I'm bringing this out, because he's put himself in that position in the world. Okay, but that's not really the truth. That's not really what he's about. That's not really what he's doing. All right. Where do I want to go? Isaiah 14:12, right? So how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Okay, Lucifer, contrary to popular belief, ain't talking about the spiritual demon Satan. Okay, Satan doesn't have a name, Lucifer. He doesn't have the name Lucifer. It's not his name, right? It says Lucifer is talking about a man, and you when you read down through this, it says that. So stop jumping to conclusions, man. You nuts, right? But anyway, it says thou art fallen from heaven, O Lucifer. Lucifer means light bearer, right? Satan's been transformed as an angel of light. Esau is the earth is beginning to handle the wicked, right? So the wicked in this world have the so-called light. They're the beacon of this world. They guide humanity in the direction that it's going. So they're pseudo light bearers because they don't really have the true light, which is the truth. They rule with deception and darkness and wickedness. All right, but they are the current light bearers of this world. Okay, leading the world in whatever way they wish. Like I said, they're ultimately leading you into a trap. Okay, it says O Lucifer, son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken nations, right? And that's what Esau's been doing since he's been on the scene, destroying and weakening nations, man, and propping himself up. Okay, that's what these so-called white people do. Okay, so that's how they live their existence, man, by the sword. And that is the blessing that was given to Esau by Isaac. Okay, to live by the sword. Okay, and now through that sword you've gotten dominion and great power. But that is always only to last for a little while. Okay, so that's talking about these men. And just to get that verse, where is it? Verse 16 says this, and they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man? Lucifer's talking about a man or men, okay, of Esau, essentially, right? That made the earth to tremble and did shake kingdoms. Okay, it's not talking about spiritual demons saying, right? So let's just to clear that up, right? All right, so let's go here, Jeremiah 50, verse 6. All right, now these scriptures I'm bringing out here in Jeremiah and such is really talking about shepherds is referring to our own people, leading our own people. Okay, but as I said, Esau in this world has been set up to be the light bearer, which is essentially a shepherd to lead the people, to lead these sheep, right, into safety and prosperity and that. But this is not what Esau is doing. He's leading us to the slaughter, that is lambs to the slaughter, right, for his own benefit, right, to establish his NWO, to consolidate his power, right. So Jeremiah 50 verse 6 says this, is my people have been lost sheep, talking about the Israelites, right? Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. Now our people also follow Esau because he's in power, right? He got the money, he got the power. He's the one setting the policies and whatever. So our people vote. Our people believe in these words these fucking douchebags say. We believe in it. That things are gonna change, and that's why every time the fucking new president comes along, oh, things are gonna change. Oh, we got Biden now. We got Trump and fucking Obama and whatever, man. Nothing but puppets. So these men ain't gonna change shit. Okay, they're all working for the elite banking families, right? So they're the ones setting the agendas, right? So nothing changes, man, and we're always struggling, always hoping for change. Never really comes, right? Small little things that don't really mean much, right? So we've been made to go astray because of them in their leaderships, right? Causing us to go, go into all kinds of madness and all kinds of idolatry or adultery, uh, LGBTisms, all of that, man. Our people come so filthy and corrupted, man. But that's what Esau's done across the whole world, and the whole world is becoming more and more like that incrementally, right? Insidiously, right? Incrementally, the whole world is becoming like that, worse and worse and worse under the rulership of these heathens, man. Under the rulership of the wicked. Under the rulership of the wicked, transgression increaseth, man. It's been increasing steadily, maybe not even steadily, but it's continuously increasing in the earth, the whole earth, because Esau affects everybody, man, through his philosophies, man, through his wine. Okay, but this is the way he's leading us, man. This is saying this is the way we need to be. Anything outside that, man, is uncivilized, man, is oppressive, right? That's what he makes it sound like, right? All right, it says anyway, so my people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place, right? Our resting place is not America or Britain or any of these places that we at right now, okay? Our home is the land of Israel. For you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans that are out there, man. Okay, Israel is our home. Okay, obviously we've got a bunch of imposters in that land claiming it for themselves. We can't go home. Okay, we can't go home because of that, right? It's been hijacked. Okay, but this place is not our rest. Okay, we're supposed to be turning onto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to open our eyes and ears to follow him, to open our hearts to him, man, and follow him. Okay, not follow the ways of these heathens, man, like the Lord told us not to do. Right? So that Lord can have mercy upon us and bring us back to our home, man. So we can live our way. Not Esau's way, but our way. Not these heathens' way, but our way. The way the Lord gave to us, man. Which was a hell of a lot better than what we're under right now. All right? What does it say? I'll read verse 7 as well here, right? It says, all that found them have devoured them. And I say, Esau, we're currently in Esau's hands. And all he does is devour us, man. We're a prey unto him, right? And their adversaries said, adversary, Satan, same word, same difference, right? We offend not because they have sinned against the Lord. The habit. So Esau believes that everything's been given into his hand because he's in rulership, which technically it has, but it don't belong to him. He's still a thief. It don't belong to him though, right? And as we don't belong to him, we belong to the Heavenly Father, but he has us under his power and authority right now to do what he wants to do with us, right? So we offend not. So they don't think they're being offensive. They don't think they're doing anything bad. And that's generally how these Edomites feel. Whatever went on in the past happened in the past. That's nothing to do with us now. Like we're square now. We're just square now, right? We're not doing anything wrong. And that's how these devils thought at the time they was enslaving us and doing all kinds of shit in the first place. That they had the right to do that. All right. Anyway, so we offend not because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. All right. So they believe that they should be able to exploit us and do what they want to us, man. All right. It's Isaiah 56 and verse 11. It says, yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough. And this is why Esau is trying to strip everything away from you, man. Your liberties, everything, man. He gonna convince you that you got liberty. All right. He's gonna provide you everything you need. That's why WF will tell you, oh, you will own nothing and be happy. They're saying that you'll be happy because we're gonna provide everything for you, man. But guess what? You're gonna have to do something first. You're gonna have to do something first, man. Okay, essentially, you're gonna be begging man to take this MOTB when the time comes, man. That's what you're gonna need to do. And then you're gonna find out how restrictive your life is really gonna be. Okay, yeah, you're gonna be supplied with your needs as long as you play ball, You ain't gotta worry about owning a house. You ain't gotta worry about owning a car because you ain't gonna have the ability to do any of that. Okay, but you are gonna be able to travel, maybe short distances to get to where you need to go to, But but you won't need to go very far because everything's going to be within 15 minutes in your vicinity. So, you know, you ain't got to worry about it. You don't need a car. Work from home, whatever, you know. Maybe you don't work at all because all these jobs are going, right? Robots and AIs are going to replace all of you, man. You know? So maybe you're just a benefit case on universal basic income and universal rationing system. You know? Maybe that's what, maybe that's what your life is going to be like, you know, in that time. Because you ain't useful to society, right? So you're just going to get your rations and you're going to live. That's how you're going to live, man. You're going to be told whether or not you can have children or not. You don't understand what Esau's plotting, man. You don't understand the tyranny this man is on. All right. Anyway, um, so yeah, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough. And like I said, these elites, they got everything already, pretty much, right? But they just want more. They don't want you to have nothing. Okay, they want to take everything from you and give you minimal. All right. And they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone for his gain from his quarter. Okay, they're looking out for what they want. They ain't looking for about what you want. They don't understand or care. That's why these rich don't understand nothing about the poor people, man. When you hear them say certain things, man, they obviously don't understand or don't care about what it's like to be poor. What's this bitch, man? I can't, she must have been conservative. I'm making an assumption, but she made the statement because there was a food or vegetable shortages, man. They said, "Oh, oh no, that wasn't even the worst one." She said, "Oh, if families that are finding it hard to make ends meet or actually get another job." Right? It's easy for you to say when like you got all the money that you need and you don't even do your job. You know, you're out here making you don't even do your job properly, but you're out here getting paid, right? And you're from a wealthy background, and some of these people working double jobs. Some people work three jobs because the pay is so fucking bad. They need to do three jobs, man, because the fucking work is shit. So yeah, it's easy for you to say that. Oh, they should just get another job then. But that's what had the rich are something else, bro. You know, these devils are something else, right? So they don't understand. They don't care to understand. They don't want to understand, man. They know they got to appease you some way to get votes in and shit like that. Yeah, so they'll do that. They don't care. They don't really care about what it is that you're struggling with, man, and how hard it is for when you're poor. They don't understand that. They don't care. Like they all care about themselves. Right, verse 12 says, "Come ye, say they, I will fetch wine and we will fill ourselves with strong drink." And that's what these motherfuckers are doing, man. They're living life on a different level to everybody, man. And all they're concentrating on is getting more of that. While everybody else suffers, man. This is like Elysium, man. That movie Elysium. Man, them man are living plush on a I don't know, fucking space station or whatever, where everyone on Earth is fucked. You know, struggling on a wasteland. That's what these devils are like, though. That's true. It's true. Them type of films are kind of accurate in ways, man, because that's how they are, right? It says and tomorrow they shall be as this day and much more abundant. Like they're just looking to increase and be better off each day, man. That's why rich are always getting richer and the poor are always getting poorer. And now, like I said, even a poor man can own a car of some sort or whatever. You know, I'm saying relatively poor, but these men don't even want you to own a car, man, because now the excuse is, oh well, it's bad for the environment, so we have to take that off you. You can't drive that. But we're not gonna tell you to get rid of your car. But what they're gonna do is just making it very very awkward for you to own one. Like the cost is just gonna be crazy. So you're not getting rid of your car because it's not financially feasible because you're not rich. You can't offset your carbon footprint, right? Because you're not rich. And so you can't afford to own the car anymore. So you give it up, you sell it, and then the man scrap it or whatever they're gonna do with it. They're gonna price you out of everything, man. That's their plan, right? That's how you're gonna own nothing. They're gonna price you out your houses and your mortgages. You're gonna lose your houses. Say lose your cars, lose your ability to have families because you need money to really raise a family. But you know they're making everyone infertile anyway with all the food and shit, water, everything, man. All of this, everything that they're doing, you know, stabbing jabs and all kinds of stuff, right? So Like, they're controlling and manipulating life, your life. That's what they want to do, man. All right. Matthew chapter 10 verse 16 says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves." Really, these people are not shepherds, man. These are the wicked. These guys are it's like, these guys are wolves, man, ready to devour. All right. So be ye therefore wise as serpents. Okay, because of this known fact that Esau is the devil, right? Because we know for the fact that Esau's the devil and we can't trust our enemy, right? We are to be as wise as serpents, right? And harmless as doves. Okay, we're not putting up resistance. We ain't going out there protesting and all this kind of stuff that these men will be doing, because they're gonna get themselves into some shit. We're gonna get into some shit, but that's gonna be for a whole different reason, man. That's just because of the truth's sake. But we ain't agitating Esau in the ways of in a carnal way. Okay, our battle is spiritual. We battle through these scriptures, man. Okay, we prophesy the downfall of his kingdom, man. But we're to be as wise as serpents, man. We need to understand what he's doing. Understand the nature of this devil, man. That he ain't trying to do no one no good, right? And don't trust anything that he says, man. You gotta you gotta read between the lines with some shit, because that's like Esau does. All right. So these scriptures are here to put you on game, to understand who we're dealing with. Okay, to understand what he's trying to achieve, right? And through this information, because knowledge is power, as they say, right? Makes you privy to what's going on, man. So you can be wise, so you can make sound judgment, right? So you don't get blindsided by what he is doing, man. That snare that he is laying for the people, you know. All right, so I'm gonna get Isaiah 30 verse 1 now, right? It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me." Right? We're meant to be taking counsel of the Lord, of these scriptures, so we can be wise, man. So we can navigate, through the walls of the devil, man. Right? So, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, because we're under the spirit of the people are under the spirit of the world. Okay, which is manipulated, influenced by Esau. Right, so we're doing what he wants. Essentially, we're playing into his hand with all these schemes and agendas that he's got going on. Can we play into his hand, man? Because they're under that spirit. Verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt. Okay, beginning with America, because America is the head place upon the earth, the head seat. Okay, where all these things come from, all these wherever it's kind of all these philosophies and that they kind of stem from and affect all these different nations, man. Everyone's under the rulership of America, man. Right, so that go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, right? And to trust in the shadow of Egypt, right? To trust on this system, Esau's system. Okay? Therefore shall the trust of Pharaoh be your shame. Eventually, those that follow Esau and his ways and his demands and whatever, man, they're gonna be left in shame, because they're gonna end up doing the wrong thing. Right? Which is ultimately gonna bring them shame, death, and destruction. Okay? Says So therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. All right. Isaiah 31 verse 1 says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help." And when this time of trouble comes upon the earth, man, as pursuant to Daniel chapter 12 verse 1, right? People are going to be going crazy, man. People are going to lose their shit, man. People are going to be scared, frightened, right? But who are they going to turn to in that time? You think they're going to sit around and wait for the Most High or Yahweh Shai to turn up? You think they're going to stand there praying? No. When the government released their government program, right, i.e. MOTB time, right, you people are going to go flocking. You're going to go flocking by the droves, man, just like you did with the whole stab and jab during the pandemic, right? You're going to go flocking. You're going to go for help. You know, because that's all these men were complaining about back then as well, about the benefits, and we need more financial assistance and blah 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 blah. Men were begging for that extra cash. You're gonna do the same thing because you don't understand what he's doing to you. Okay, like I said, a lot of these things are trial runs to see how you react, how you respond to things, right? So he knows there's a good, because he's about information, man. He's an analyst, right? He knows a good portion of people, or how many people are gonna be down easily with the government, and those that are not gonna be so easily down with the government, man. Where there's gonna be resistance. He wants an idea of those numbers, so he runs in trial runs to see what numbers he gets, to know what kind of you know resistance he's gonna meet, and how he needs to respond to that. You know, he does that, right? It says woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many. You got to trust in him because he got all the resources. He got the military there to protect and all this stuff. So he got the, like I say, he got the resources, he got the fuel, he got the food, got the water. Because when this place goes to hell, just like World War II, man, they're gonna ration the food supply and stuff, man. So they're gonna take control of the food and set prices for the food because of the hyperinflation. They need to get a handle on it because people can't afford it because it's gonna go crazy. You complain about the price of things now, man. You wait. These things are gonna go up astronomically, man. You ain't gonna recognize the price no more. You're gonna be so you're gonna feel so violated, so dirty when you're out here trying to buy bread for an unreasonable amount of money, man. You know, some man pay what £1.50 for bread here. Like £2 gonna hurt. Like £2 for bread, but when it's like double, triple figures, bro, you're gonna feel violated, man. And so the government got to take, get a handle on that because that's the same sort of thing happened during World War II, and that's when the rationing cards started getting handed out. Okay, but we're in a different era now, man. We don't need paper cards and stuff. Okay, we're gonna go digital. We're going digital, right? Everyone in the world is going digital, man. Okay, so you're gonna be digital too. Everything you're gonna be doing is gonna be dealing with digital, right? That's the where everyone's moving to. So that's how your rationing system is gonna work. It's gonna work through MLTB. That's why it's going to be a prerequisite, man, to be able to buy and sell. All right, which we're going to get into, right? So like, right, it says because they are many and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord, right? And that is what we're supposed to be doing in the time of trouble, seeking the Lord, especially in this time that the Lord has laid out for us. It's a specific time and a specific event that is taking place upon the earth, man. Right, with a specific set of instructions of what to do, or what not to do, should I say? Right, we are commanded not to take the MOTB, right? But you're gonna have a bunch of people that are gonna be in denial, right? They're gonna refuse to believe that this what Esau's doing, in putting Egypt's in hands, and that ain't got nothing to do with the MOTB. You're gonna have people doing that, trying to reason themselves all kinds of things, man, to have the excuse to take it, right? Even these other Israelite camps, okay, they're gonna make up all the excuses in the world so they can take this, because ultimately the Lord's not dealing with them. But we've been given a specific set of instructions not to take that. As dire as the other option looks for not taking it, because obviously where you're gonna get your food from and all that kind of, how you're gonna feed your family, protect your family, and all this kind of stuff. That situation is gonna look dire. But it said to look unto the Holy One of Israel. Right, that's what we're supposed to be doing, trusting in the Lord in that time. And the majority of people are not going to be able to do that. They're not going to do that. All right, verse 2 says, yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Right, we know Esau, Mosiah hates Esau, man, and he's going to do them away. Right, so now the Egyptians are men. Now Esau fancies himself a god. Right, and you look at him like a god. You got him up in your churches, right? Yeah. But you're gonna look to him that he's the answer to all your problems, man. You ain't gonna put trust in the Lord. You're gonna put trust in Esau. Okay, you're gonna bow and worship him. Okay, which is in Revelation chapter 13, right? Worshiping the image of the beast. You're gonna succumb and bow down to Esau essentially by accepting this, right? Now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horse is flesh and not spirit, because the spirit is greater, right? It says, when the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall fail together. Okay, you all go down together as one. Those that believe in Esau, and those that believe in Esau, right? They're all gonna go down together, man. All these nations as well. Okay. Is Isaiah 36 verse 6 says, lo, thou trusted in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt. Okay, again, trusting in this Egypt, right? Trusting in Esau. Whereon, if a man lean, it will go into his hand. All right, and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. Okay, and it's funny because that's what's gonna literally happen, man. Your hand's gonna get pierced. Okay, as it says in Revelation 13, you know, for the word mark, charagma, okay, and stigmata, right? It's gonna be a cutting into the flesh, so it's gonna pierce your hand or your forehead, right? So that's because you trust on this broken reed. Egypt's done. America's done. This whole kingdom, Esau's kingdom's done, right? But you're gonna trust in it, and you're gonna go down with it. All right. Revelation 13 and 16, but I'm gonna read up, right? Because because I said this move essentially that you're gonna do is essentially worshiping Esau, or his image, the image of the beast, right? Um, let's see. I'm gonna start from verse 14 here, right? 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men. Right? Esau has demonstrated and displayed great feats in power. Okay, especially with his nuclear technology and stuff like that, and people have respect or fear him because of those things, right? So they marvel, right? And deceive. Here's the point, verse 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. Right? You're respecting Esau so much, you think that he's on a level that like godlike, because he can manipulate genes and do all kinds of crazy shit, right? You thinking, oh, he is subverting or usurping, or subverting life, how life is supposed to be. He's corrupting everything. Oh, look, I can create life. You can't create life. You can manipulate it and do some wacky shit with it, but you can't create. You never created nothing from nothing, or anything from that. You never did that. You never created anything from nothing. You didn't create any shit. You didn't create anything, right? You're only playing with what the Messiah has put here upon the earth, man. You're not on his level, okay? And you're gonna be reminded of that. All right, but the people will marvel at the things he's able to do, giving sight to the blind and the lame to walk, and like all these miracles that we read about in the scriptures. So that's like godly power, but in a carnal way through his technology. But people still marvel at it, even though it's not on the same level, man. It's really super inferior, but people marvel still. So it goes on saying, deceive them. Like, so Esau's out here deceiving people. So like I said, he's not here to help. He's here to deceive people. He's deceiving you, uh, uh, you know, on the way that you're going. Like I said, as a shepherd, as a light bearer, he's leading you into a dark and dangerous place, right? And the way he's done that is through his deception, making you believe in him, making you believe on that light that he's got, that pseudo light, that light of wickedness, right? You got the whole world deceived by it, except for the elect, because the elect shan't be deceived, right? It says, and deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. Okay, which is Rome, and this is just another representation of Rome in his modern day. Okay, it's been revived, right? Um, And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast worship, okay, simply to follow, to obey, essentially, right? That's what you're going to do. When Esau brings this out, you're going to follow his orders. You know? Have respect unto it. You're going to do that, right? And that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? So the options are, you either do this or you die. The majority of people are not going to pick death. These people are afraid of death, man. They don't know what's going to happen afterwards, right? They're afraid. They don't want to die. So the majority of these people are going to take that, right? Or get down with that, right? And verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Right? This is the prophecy now. So when we're talking about all this digital stuff, and you got people out here talking about embedded implants to do things. Right? There's all the people out there taking it, right? But this is going to be something that's going to become mass. Not just in certain places in the world where a few thousand people have got it or whatever. This is going to be rolled out in mass at some point. And when it does, people's ears are going to prick. Because for all this time we've been out here teaching, beginning of our elders and apostles, man, about this situation, this scenario that's going to arise, man. People are going to be paying attention, man. But like I said, people are going to reason within themselves, man, reasons why it's not the MOTB. They're going to give themselves the most excuses they possibly can to make themselves feel comfortable, right, in taking it. But there's going to be doubt in everybody's mind. It's going to be in the back of the mind what the prophets have been saying and what these scriptures are saying, right? But people are going to do it anyway, man, because their faith ain't strong, their integrity ain't strong, and they just fear. Fear is going to grip them, right? And Esau uses fear continuously as a means of his deception, all right? So again, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? So you ain't gonna be able to buy nothing, you ain't gonna be able to go nowhere, do anything, unless you have it. So good luck trying to buy food or anything like that, right? But we can't think on a carnal level. That's why we're supposed to look toward the Lord, have trust in the Lord, that the Lord is going to provide for us, because the Lord gave us a specific set of instructions, man, for this specific time. The hour of temptation, we've been given specific instructions, man, and it's going to take all your faith to resist in that time. But the Lord is going to come through for those that believe in him. That's why it all boils down to faith, man. Whether you can believe that or not, how strongly you believe that. Is the Most High Yahweh your God, or is Esau your God? Who do you really believe in? That's why essentially your those that take the MOTB, man, they believe in Esau. Esau's their God. Esau's the one that he worships. He's the one he's the one that they trust in. And then once you take that, man, there is no escape after that. That's it for you. Okay, you're always going to be connected to the system now, or disconnected from the system as they feel fit, man, and you can just die. They're going to have total control, as Alex would say, right? Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, so again, charagma, it's an incision in the flesh. Okay, like I said, when this comes on the scene, man, people are going to be concerned. But like I said, they're going to make excuses for themselves, man, when that time comes, because majority of these people are not built with faith. All right. So yeah, you're gonna end up begging. You're gonna be begging, man, for these things, right? And this is from Genesis 47. Okay, when there was great famine in Egypt, right? And Joseph was set to deal with the people, right, and giving them grain and stuff like that for their goods, whatever they had to sell, starting with money, but money finished, money failed, as we're going to read, man. And this place, money's going to fail here too. When this financial collapse happens, man, you ain't going to have no money, right? Whatever money you got, if you got cash somewhere, right, it's going to be super inflated, man. It ain't going to be worth shit. So even that, it don't matter. You ain't going to have no money. All right, and then the only tenable currency that's going to be established in that time is digital. That's why you're not going to be able to buy and sell, because you need the means to make those transactions, man. And so that means you need the MARK to do it. You're going to need that to get put on the government program, the government rationing system, the UBI. This is the benefit system. Okay? And people that have been on it know the hoops you got to jump through, man. All the fucking questions you got to answer, declaring this, declaring that. Well, these are the hoops you're going to have to jump through, man. You're going to have to, get the what do they call that, man? Hypodermic needle, man. And just that by itself, right? Because the reed that goes into your hand, pierce it. Hypodermic needle, it goes under the skin. It cuts into the skin. Everything about this makes sense, man. But let's say you got other camps out there being clowns about it. But anyway, let's move on. All right. So anyway, it says Genesis 47 verse 18 said, when that year was ended, they came unto him the second year and said unto him, we will not hide it from my Lord, how that our money is spent. Okay, it ran out. My Lord also have our herds of cattle, so they already sold their cattle. There is not aught left in the sight of my Lord but our bodies and our lands. So they're opting to go into slavery, which is what essentially it is, is going to happen when you take the MOTB, right? And even though we are that already to a certain degree, okay, this is a tighter method of control, a more efficient one. All right. So verse 19, wherefore shall we die before thine eyes? And this is what you're going to be telling your governments, that we're starving. Like, you can't just leave us out here to die. We can't afford food. Can't afford water. We need medication. You can't just let us die. And, a good government wouldn't let you die, right? So you would expect assistance from your governments, from your leaders, right? You'd expect assistance, and you're going to get it. But it's going to come with a caveat, right? You're going to have to take this. Take this and, we'll sort the rest of it out. We're going to get you, what's that? Oh man, what's that word, man? We're going to get you signed up, right? We're going to get you signed up, man. You're going to be, uploaded to the database. That's what it is. All right. So yeah, they're going to come with a solution. Of course they are. They're the ones causing the problem in the first place, man. Problem, action, solution. All right. It says, wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land for bread, for food, because we're hungry. You people are going to be hungry out here, man. Famine's going to be rampant in the earth, man. Right? And we and our land will be servants unto Pharaoh. And we're going to do everything that you tell us to do, man. We're going to obey you. You're our master. So that's what you're doing. That's what you will be doing when you take that MLTV, man. You're declaring Esau as your master and not the Most High. We're going to do what Esau says. We ain't going to worry about what's in these scriptures. We ain't going to worry about what the Lord told us not to do. We ain't going to worry about all of that. He's going to be the one ruling us and telling us what to do. We're going to follow him. That's idolatry. You set up an idol. Esau is your idol, man. Beginning with that whole Jesus Christ fucking character, man. Esau's image. That's who you're choosing to worship. That's your God now. All right. And we and our lands will be servants unto Pharaoh, and give us seed that we may live, and not die, that the land be not desolate. And Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh, for the Egyptians sold every man his field, because the famine prevailed over them. Okay, this situation that's coming to the earth, again, pursuant to Daniel 12:1, is going to prevail over the majority of these people on the planet. They're all going to bend to Esau's will, man, to Esau's agenda. All right? And it says, so the land became Pharaoh's. Everything become Pharaoh. Everything become the elites of Esau. Because you pee on the Edomites, man, they don't give a shit about you either, man. You go into slavery too, under them. This is about the elites making their power grab, man. The ultimate power grab. So they're gonna put you in slavery too, man, because you ain't worth nothing to them. Right? So you're gonna become, everything's gonna become theirs. People are not gonna own anything. Literally, right? So that's for the people. He removed them to cities from one end of the borders of Egypt, even to the other end thereof. Oh, that sounds like something familiar that's happening right now. You know, people always get moved around, right? And you're gonna get put into these 15-minute cities, man. That's what's gonna happen. It's, just large concentration camps. All right, or larger, you know. And that's all it is. That's all it is. This place is just a large fucking plantation, man. You know, we don't see the walls, so we think we're free. It's free. You're not free. Okay, we're strapped down by contracts and paperwork, you know, and all kinds of things, right? Where was I? Okay, it's Exodus 21 verse 5. It says, and this was a law, that could take place if the Israelite had a servant, and the servant wanted to stay in his master's house, you know. And this is basically what the people will be declaring once taking the MOTB, man, that you're happy to stay under the rulership of Esau, to live under his provisions, you know, to have your so-called life continue, because I see the opposing thing is death, you know, and you have your life somewhat continue on as it did, you know. It's gonna be different. Everyone thinks things are gonna go back to normal, man. No, things are gonna, are constantly changing. Okay, your new normal is being established as we speak. Again, insidiously, right, incrementally, right. That is not apparent. It's not apparent yet where you're going to be at, where it's all going to stop, right? Things are not going to go back to normal, right? So this is Exodus 21. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, right? My master, oh, I love this world. I love Esau. I'm down with his agenda. I'm down with his NW. I'm down with, what he's got prepared for us, man. Because he knows how to lead. He's leading the way. He got the light. He's a shepherd. He knows what's best for the people. Because that's who you run to, right? So you're going to believe in that. So you're going to take his MOTB. Because you love this world. You love the world. But the men of the Lord don't. And they're going to resist and die if they have to. The elect are going to resist and die if they have to. All right? So if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, my children, because they're all property of these elites of this world. Everything you got here is under them. Right? Because they're going to own your woman too. They're going to own your children too. So, you want to keep all of that? You want to keep your family and stuff like that? Then guess what? You're going to have to take one. Says, I love my master, my wife, and my children. I will not go out free. Then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, and you're going to get taken to the doctors, to the paramedics, them man in the tattoo shops. Them man that can administer these MOTBs, man. The military. You're going to be brought to them. That's who you're going to be brought to. Right, this time around, right? It says he shall also bring him to the door or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. Right? An awl is a mark. right? Something that is stamped into the man's ear, or a person's ear in this case, right? But this one's gonna be stamped into your hand, put into your flesh, in your hand on your forehead, right? That's what it is. Okay. A stake, palisade. When you go deeper into these words, Mark in Revelations 13 there, right? That is what's going to be pushed, pressured, put in, engraved into your ear, whatever you want to put it, man. Because man are gonna, this one you hammered in with it all, so it pierced man's ear. Well, this one's gonna be put in with a hypodermic needle, which is gonna administer the C hip, right? And you're declaring you're gonna serve him forever. You're gonna be a part of his system, right? That's what it is. It's a modern day version. I already read Psalms 51:21, but yeah, obviously he's gonna advertise it like this is gonna save you, man. So of course, people are gonna want to be saved, right? But then who are you depending for salvation? And this is what again, it is what it boils down to. Are you gonna wait upon the Lord for salvation, or are you gonna turn to Esau for salvation? Who are you gonna pick? Who's your God? Who do you worship? Who do you believe in? Who do you trust? And we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out in that day. Lord, when the Lord stays strong with us, man, and we get to resist until the end, endure until the end. All right. So I'm gonna close up with this, Sirach 12:10. And it says here, never trust an enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, right? We know this is the devil. We know the so-called white man are these Edomites, right? And they're wicked. We understand this, right? We know they're the enemy. And this is what makes us wise, because we understand. We're not going to get caught off guard when this all goes down. We're not going to believe him and what he's saying in that time at all. It says, though he humbled himself, right? Because his power is deception. Right? It was said that he would go out to deceive the whole earth. So people should be very, very cautious in this time that we're living in, but people are not. People want to believe on a so-called white man and that he's telling the truth. They want to, because he appears as an angel of light. But like I said, really, he's not that shepherd, man. He's that wolf. And he's leading you, the people to death, essentially, right? So though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. He's the same devil he's always been. And even though he might mask it with shit, like I say, he put on the suit, he appeared as an angel of light, he speak fair words and whatever, right? He is still the same devil, man. He got more and more slick with it. He just got more slick with it, man. He's like the ultimate con man. All right? Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. So who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh a wild beast? Right? We know the nature of Esau, that he is the wicked. Right? And anybody that follows him is an asshole, man. You're a fool. You're an idiot. So it's hard to have pity on someone like that. We're telling you what this man is, what he is, and what he is doing, and yet you people say, no, that can't be true. You wouldn't do that. How can you do that? You're gullible, man. Ignorant and gullible, man. So yeah, there's no pity, man. We're telling you, man, and you're ignoring it. Verse 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? For a while, so you end up taking the MLTB, man. That's you, man. That was you. We warned you, innit? You've been warned, and you still went and did it. That got defiled with him in his sins, because you're gonna get the destruction too. You're gonna be judged with him, right? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly. He got all the good words to say, sweetly with his lips, but in his heart, in his mind, he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. Okay, he plotting. That in itself is a conspiracy. The fact that he tell you one thing and doing another, and he's and there's other people along with him, that are down with him with that agenda. It's a conspiracy, man. He's telling you one thing, lying to your face, yet behind closed doors, he's planning something completely different with a whole bunch of other people. Come on, man. So enemy speaking sweetly with his lips, so he can't be trusted, right? An enemy speaking sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. A snare, a trap. He's thrown the whole world into that trap, man, or trying to. He calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. He's trying to get everybody, man. But he ain't going to get everybody, because first of all, he ain't going to get the elect, right? But there's also going to be other people that are going to resist and fight and die and whatever. So there's going to be those, but, that's what he's aiming to do. To bring everybody into this snare, right? So he will weep with his eyes. He'll put on all the theatricals, man. Put on those Oscar nominating performances, man, just to convince you, just to deceive you. Right? So he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, see, Esau's going to come to help, right? But guess what? It's false pretense, man. He's pretending. He ain't trying to help nobody, man. He's trying to achieve his own objectives, which we read about the shepherds. He's leading you to that place, man, where he's going to get total domination over the people, man. That he's going to get everything. Even though it don't belong to him. So, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Okay, it ain't for your good. It's for his own. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. Okay, he's going to reveal to you, to the world, who he really is and what he really is, man. The devil the Bible speaks of, man. The adversary. These Edomites, man. Enemies of God. Right? You're going to see what they're really like. Okay, the act is going to come off, man. When they're in that position. Because there ain't nothing you can do about it. So he can be himself. He can be the devil he always wanted to be out in the open. If you want to go around popping boys everywhere in front of everybody, he will. He can. What are you going to do about it? You're C-hip now, and you're controllable. You're controllable now, man. Fucking switch your shit off, man. Put you to death. Just like that. They ain't nobody going to do nothing. They can rule how they always wanted to rule. They don't have to hide behind the scenes anymore. With all this plotting and scheming. Because they would have achieved it. Beautiful thing is, we know the Lord ain't going to allow them to achieve any of that. Right? Because this place is already bad enough as it is. The Lord ain't going to let these devils run rampant in the earth, out in the open, like how they really want to. The Lord ain't going to allow that to happen, man. So the Lord's going to do away with these fucking cats, man. These Edomites have got to go. All right? So all you those that are out there defending them, these so-called white people and these leaders and these Edomites in general, man, you're in the wrong spirit, man. These people are about to enslave you, man, and have you live in some fucking dystopian lifestyle. These are the devil, man, and you're gonna find out soon enough. All right, and the reason why they need to be gotten rid of in the earth, man. All right, but Lord, when this has been edifying. All right, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So till next time, I say shalom.